Hey, what's up, guys? Back for the fourth devlog. It's been quite a while since the third one, and I mean, the third one didn't have much in it either. But since then, I've been doing a lot. I've got the new AutoHands package implemented, been working around tinkering with it, making sure everything's set up correctly, and then moving all my old scripts to the new scripts. I've been having maybe a bit too much fun in VR with this. It's got a lot of features which I would just never be able to have in like a game I made myself, like procedural hand movements, and also things like really small things like the fingers moving when they like wave in the wind and stuff like that. Dual gripping, like swapping grips between hands, being able to like delay inputs and haptic vibrations with different curves. It's just so many things I'm going to be able to experiment with, and I'm only like just at the start of development really. I still think it was good though that I went in and tried to do all these things by myself with my own scripts, because in the end it helped me understand the AutoHands package more when I was looking through the source code. But it also means that if I get approached to my VR work when I put this on my portfolio, I actually understand how it works and I'm not just using a package and like connecting dots together. And I might be able to actually use the stuff from the AutoHands package in future VR projects that I make. Let's go over the fun stuff first, though. I've been talking about stabbing a lot, and like stabbable objects and knives and stuff, different objects you can hold and that do damage to things a lot. But I've been really held back by the grip system that I was working on for ages. Fortunately, AutoHands has a really nice inbuilt grip system with posing that you can do. So you can pick up weapons like this and hit them on enemies and stuff, and even have stabbable objects where the mesh gets stuck inside. So I've already set up all of the previous weapons I had to use this new system, and it works with the freezer script I already had as well. So you can leave knives stuck in enemies and frozen time, and then hopefully when I get the enemies implemented, they'll actually like do damage when time resumes. So you'll be able to see in the above video me having, again, a bit too much fun stabbing enemies in VR. But it just works so well out of the package, and it leaves a lot of things I can do with it. So I have different stab like methods on different knives. So the base knives can kind of really only like stab and then get stuck in, while the sword can like slash through enemies, and you can lock angular like movement on the weapons, so like bigger blades can move around more, or smaller blades don't move as. And as well as the stabbing objects, just normal objects and bullets and other things like that, the scripts for them have already been ported as well. So you'll see in the video above now I'm messing around with it. I also took down the the hue of the like color change when you freeze time. It was a bit glaring, all the white objects in the scene. So, but yeah, you can pick up any object you like, freeze it midair, push it around with your hand, and obviously they still remember all the momentum that they had before, so when you resume time they'll continue. And you'll see here, which is really cool, is the weight of this thing stuck in the enemy. It's much harder to pull out, and you'll see when in a second when I go to the knife, it's obviously easy. I've talked about this before, but like I said last time, on my learning contract, what I've planned is by this day I had weapons frozen in time. I think at the time of planning this, I maybe overthought how complex that would be, because even before the AutoHands package, I already had to set up the object freezer script as like a parent that I made that you could just attach to any object or weapon, and then obviously change it for each object or weapon as you see fit. It already worked fine, so I already have that all done. Left me a lot of time to practice and like experiment with packages. My Trello board has progressed quite a lot as well. A lot of the things like sharp objects got ticked off immediately as soon as AutoHands came in, so it leaves me a lot more room to experiment with other parts of the game, like the enemies and the levels, which I'll be trying to focus on now. AutoHands wasn't all sunshine and rainbows though. Obviously there's a lot of issues with bringing in a massive package into an already pretty big project and just hoping it all fits together. I actually spent a lot of time moving the hands around and making sure the offset was good. I think even still they need a bit more work, but I don't know if you can see in this video, but they were like the left hand was massively off-center to the right, and so I kept going in and out, and, like checking the grip on things, making sure it was all good. Obviously, is it even a frozen cold devlog at this point if the grips fuck up somehow and don't work? I had a few issues with like larger weapons bugging out when they like hit too many indexes at the same time, like try to stab multiple parts of a human body. But that was fixed pretty easily. It was mostly just that, you know, when you slice through like multiple rigid bodies, it got a bit confused with if it was still inside of one or not. And then yeah, once I changed the object freezer script, it was quite easy to actually have it as a big two-handed sword with a lot of weight on it. Overall, I'm feeling pretty good about the switch to AutoHands though. Everything kind of works perfectly together. I think it's because my mechanics don't really overlap with VR that much. I'm really feeling like Todd Howard right now because it all just kind of works. Order hands is also already specialized with a lot of things like destructible objects and like squishable objects that you can squeeze in the controller and then all break. So I've actually just got to focus on getting a lot of assets now to like catch up with what I've got. Unfortunately, development is going to slow down a bit again because it's coming towards the end of term, and I've got a lot of other projects with senior deadlines I have to tick off. And this one is obviously left on the back burner a little, being a longer project. But I will mostly be focusing on making assets or finding assets and then implementing them into the framework. And then hopefully after that, once everything's set up, I can finally start to get on levels and actually like polish the game and make it look good.